Okay, we are on our way to go to my old workplace. Apparently they have some scrap GMC vans. So we're gonna go get a new seatbelt buckle. I'm just in a parking lot right now. I'm not filming while I'm like driving. As you can see, it flashing there. But if I wiggle, I did a little bit of diagnostic work myself. If I wiggle the actual buckle, that's what is messed up. So I don't know if a wire is loose. Normally the buckle will have the harness built in. I'm hoping that's the case with this one. But yeah, we're gonna go there. We are going to get a new buckle. Thank God. Apparently, as you guys probably just heard, I don't know if you could hear the phone call though, it's about $350 for a new whole assembly, which is the seatbelt included. I don't want that. I just need a new buckle. As soon as I get my tax return, things start falling apart. I haven't gotten it yet. I'm excited though. I feel it in my bones. I love this life, I really do. It feels so much nicer when you have an actual good night's sleep where you don't get woken up by a flippin' security guard. But as soon as I get my not as soon as, but when I get my tax return, I'll most likely start heading up north. Yeah, so that beeping is saying that my seatbelt's undone. Is saying that I still haven't added anything to the dashboard. I need to do that today too. But yeah, no, my seatbelt, very much intact. Car, van, I should say. But yeah, we're gonna be heading up east. I haven't been up east yet. I've been on the West Coast twice now, but I'm super excited. Yeah, I haven't been up east yet. Not too sure what to expect. I know it's a lot of beaches. I know it's the ocean, but I think it's different than the West Coast in terms of it's not raining all the time and it's not like gloomy and rainforesty. It's very bright and almost like plains, like it's very open land, but they do have really, really cool rock formations on Newfoundland itself. Newfoundland and Labrador. I haven't been there. Number one on my bucket list. I'm quite sad because I wanted to go with Leaf, but it's bittersweet because it's kind of nice that I'll have a place that I've only been there with, like Nova and Rain. But I did. Leaf was supposed to be the dog that I explored everything with, and unfortunately didn't get the chance to. But that's okay. Like, it kind of sucks bringing Nova to places and being like, oh, Leaf was here with me, you know? I don't think, as bad as this is to say, I don't think anything really replaces your first animal. I don't think you can get that love back. I just don't. I do love Nova. It was actually funny because I brought him to the dog park last night. I'm kind of the type of person where if I get someone's used things, I never really have that full-blown connection of like, this thing is mine. It was mine. Please stand by for my car to stop yapping at me. Yeah, we're like, this thing is mine. It was mine from the beginning. And with Nova, when I first got him, I was hoping, mind you, I saw him 2 days after Leaf passed away back in September of 2022. Don't cut me off. I need to change lanes. Thank you. So it was very early on after, but he was exactly what I wanted, and I knew I wanted a new dog, and I knew I couldn't wait too long because he does help me get up in the morning. Without him, I don't want to sound too depresso, but I don't really have a lot of will to keep going unless I have something that's there to help me, you know? Other than that, what am I living for? I don't have a kid. I have family, but at the same time, like, I'm not gonna stay alive. Well, that's funny. I was gonna say I'm not gonna stay alive for other people, but I will stay alive for a dog. And a cat. I do have Uzi. Uzi is my black cat that's still at my parents' house. I regret not bringing him on the road. I really do regret not bringing him on the road. Just because now he's a little older, and I don't think I could introduce him to it at the moment anymore. I think I've passed that kind of leeway, especially because I have a new cat now. But I do regret not bringing him. But that's okay. But yeah, we're gonna go up to the East Coast. I really wanted to go to Newfoundland, but it's an 8-hour ferry ride. You're not allowed back to your van. And like, there's, I think, a dog kennel, but at the same time, it's still 8 hours, them not really being able to pee or poop. I might make the executive decision to go maybe during the nighttime, so when they're supposed to be sleeping, we'll go. But at the same time, I don't like islands, which I've learned that about myself. So it's, do I really want to spend $400 on a ferry ride there and back, like onto the island and back, for the potential to me not being happy there and wanting to leave right away? I don't know. I think Newfoundland is more beautiful than Vancouver Island, though. I'm so sorry to say. It's different, but Vancouver Island is, like I said, very rainy. It's very rainforesty, which is very pretty, but there's something about just how like vast and open Newfoundland is that I think just tops it. But I do like the mountains. Overall, the mountains are my favorite landscape that I've seen so far. Yeah, I was gonna say the desert too. I really hope that the US lets me back in to visit this winter. That'll really make me happy if I'm allowed to visit the US again. Right now it's kind of up in the air. I am flagged at the US border for relationship reasons that I haven't gotten into yet, but I will eventually, just to kind of explain. Maybe I'll make a video, maybe I'll make a vlog about it, maybe multiples. It'll show up a lot because it is something that kind of does affect me in my everyday life. Because I am an overthinker, and I do like, as sporadic and impulsive as I am, I do like to plan things. To say, hey, next winter, it's either I get a diesel heater and I'm in the van for the winter, which is going to be a whole nother ball game, or I go down south, but there is the potential that I'm not going to get allowed. As long as I don't get an a-hole CBP officer, I'm good. But in the odd chance that I do, yeah. Anyway, we are going to go get a new seatbelt buckle, hopefully. I really hope I'm able to get one. It'd be really nice to not spend any money on fixing this. And I guess I'll touch base when I am actually installing it, if we get it. Yeah, bye. I don't know where I can put this so you guys can see. It's quite bright out, unfortunately. But pretty simple. We ended up getting one from a scrap vehicle here. The only tool I need is one of these guys. Pays to know some car maintenance things. If you guys didn't know, I was an apprentice mechanic for about 6 years. The place where I'm at right now is a place that I worked at. But it's nice when you can like diagnose stuff yourself. check where that's fished through. Okie dokie. New one, or shall I say old one. Maybe we'll try and fish it through the same way. Got it. Tighten her up. There's like a little plastic piece that sticks out to keep it in the correct position. Tighten her up, make sure she's tight. Find the little wire. Find the other little wire. Listen for that little snap. Give her another test. And we're all good. I won't really know for sure if it works unless we drive a little bit, but seatbelt secure. Looks good. That was easy. Okay, I'm gonna go hang out for a little bit, but yeah, that was a very easy fix. I hope that is what it was. I mean, with a lot of car diagnostics, you're just guessing. So yeah, we'll see.